Hi, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy Podcast. First up, Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid, located on Stafford, just east of 131 off of 44th Street. They are a family-owned, woman-owned, veteran-owned company. They're amazing. You can schedule online at irvines.com or you can call them at 532-6600. You got to check out their Google reviews. It's close to 300 at a 4.7. So don't take my word for it. Take the Google review word for it, because if you got crappy Google reviews, you ain't shit. So irvines.com or 532-6600. They are the studio sponsor of the Gig Economy Podcast. Next up, Oiluber. Oiluber.com for everything you need to be a customer or to be a technician. They are looking for both in the Grand Rapids market. This is an on-demand oil change. The oil changes are done where you are at. You request an oil change, the tech comes out, changes it right in your driveway. Also, if you are a technician or you want to be a technician, sign up at oiluber.com. One of the cool features that they have right now is jump starts and fuel delivery. So if you're not quite the oil change person, like you don't want to deal with that, the jump starts or fuel delivery are pretty easy. So you can sign up for that as a customer or, again, as a gig worker. Oiluber.com. Please check out their Facebook page as well. Just search Oiluber. We really appreciate them supporting the Gig Economy Podcast. The insurance person of choice is Jackie from Michigan Insurance and Financial Services. 269-569-6127. That is Jackie's personal cell phone number, or you can email her, Jackie@miafs.com. Man, Jackie saves you a ton of money. Jesper just signed up with Jackie. She got him an amazing deal. She is an independent insurance agent, so meaning she can get quotes on several different companies. You're not just stuck with either State Farm or Progressive or whatnot. So call her at 269-569-6127 or Jackie at miafs.com. I mean, even just get a quote from her. I mean, you might as well. No one says you have to change, but you'd be surprised how much Jesper is saving by going with Jackie. So we appreciate her as well. And our final sponsor is Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting. So this is a new sponsor to the show. And you think, oh man, this is a little early for taxes. Well, it's not early for taxes, because on the Facebook pages and on the Reddit pages, you see everyone saying, oh, it's January 2, and they want to know how to get their, do their taxes. And you're like, it's January 2. Why do you need to do your taxes? So this is the time to call Dave at 940-1045. Now, he is local. He can help you if you are not in Grand Rapids. So give him a call. He can answer all the questions for $10.99. Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting. Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting. That's a tough last name to say. We really appreciate them supporting the Gig Economy Podcast. And of course, last but not least, Patreon.com. Search the Gig Economy Podcast. We'd love to have you as a Patreon. Thank you for supporting us. The people that are Patreons, you get a free piece of merch. You get free extra podcasts, one a month. And of course, before the show, banter back and forth with Jesper and me. So enjoy the show. Hello. Might help if I hit that button. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. This studio is sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid, located off of 44th Street. We'll talk about them a little bit later on. Well, as you see, the pink shirt is back. The Danish mumble mouth is gone. What could be happening in the Gig Economy Podcast world? Nothing too major. Jesper is on vacation and unfortunately had a breakdown in his van, so he is stuck in Tennessee until Friday. So Pete stepped up and said, I will be there. And then we were supposed to have a guest tonight. I'm just going to say Screwbird. The people in Grand Rapids know that. And he canceled 2 hours before the show. So that's real nice. But I hope you guys are having a good night. I'm super excited that Pete stepped in. And we're going to try to have Larry on in a little while. We're going to see if it works again. We're going to bring them into the stream. And we'll see if that works. If you could share the show in your Facebook groups that you're in, and subscribe on YouTube, like I said, and smash the like button, we'd really appreciate that. Also, for all things gig economy, if you go to our website, gig economy, I always screw this up, gigeconomy-podcast.com. Gosh, why wouldn't that lady sell us the freaking URL? gigeconomy-podcast.com. Or search the Gig Economy Podcast. It'll come up. But yeah, introductions. Talk about Tim and his gig stats. Hey, Tim, tell me how many rides you've had. Oh, no shit? Okay.
That's a lot of rides.
That's a lot of rides, bro. So anyway, story since last podcast. Pete's a quitter. That's okay. We still love him. Seriously, Jesper?
No, that was me.
Oh,
my bad. I can't access the comments.
You can't?
For some reason, yeah.
On your iPad?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm logged in as.
Damn it! Download it back on your phone.
I know, right?
Just do it. So I am back. Yes, I have been driving. Or I should stop saying driving. I mean, most the gigs involve
you
driving.
You haven't done any people moving, right? Yeah.
None. I'm gigging. I'm back to gigging full time, and I'm really enjoying it. We'll talk a little bit about some of my stories. I don't have anything that stands out a lot, but there's some different topics we're going to talk about that will probably trigger my memory a little bit about that. So also, I want to promote our last show that we posted. It is with Lead Ship Shopper. So if you are a shipped shopper out there and new and want to hear some tips, if you go into the description of at least the Facebook post, you can find that link and you can download that episode. It's about 30 minutes. It was good. It was good to learn some things. I learned some things, and I'm a ship shopper. So I'm almost at 100 shops, Pete. I'm at 95.
Wow.
So total since I started. So
how long you been doing it?
Probably 2 years. So it's not very much, but it seems like a lot.
Yeah.
My rating's still 4.7. That's not good. That's not good in the shipped world.
That's why you don't get them good orders.
Well, yeah.
Gotta get you some regulars.
Buy some hula hoops. I mean, come on. You know how that goes. Jesper's on. He's in Tennessee. Dave the Uber Slave, thank you so much. Janet, thank you for tuning in. We super appreciate it. All right, before we get into all of this, it's so weird not having Jesper here. Jesper has been at I'm pretty sure since he came on every single show, maybe one he missed.
Just about, because he was in Nevada, right? Wasn't he at the Grand Canyon this summer?
Yeah, but that wasn't during a show. That he scheduled that on an off week. I think.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure. Anyways, it's just weird not to see his beautiful, beautiful face over there. Before we get to the gig economy news, I want to talk about our studio sponsor, Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. You can follow them on Facebook on Irvine's. I don't know why I said that. You can follow them on Facebook. I don't know why I said that. You can get to their website, irvines.com. You can schedule online. You can also look at their Google reviews, which are pretty nuts. This is an old slide, but it's a 4.7 out of 276 reviews, so they respond to everything. And Megan was supposed to get me a slide for tonight, but she didn't. They are giving away, you get free wiper blades with any service for the month of November, so that's pretty cool. I mean, you need wiper blades going into fall maintenance, so call them at 532-6600. Slow down, Jason. Or irvines.com to schedule. We appreciate them supporting the Gig Economy Podcast. Oh, it's
Ain't working.
What's not working?
Can't get in the comments.
Really?
And my last pass isn't working for Facebook.
Okay, so just a heads up, like Pete and I both deleted Facebook on our phones. I still get on it on the desktop when I'm in the studio.
Oh man!
But apparently comments aren't loading on the phone app.
On the iPad, yeah. And then on my phone, I have to log in with my password for Facebook, which is
and you don't know it.
I don't know it because it's one of those weird.
So LastPass is down.
No, I have to.
You have to put your main one in.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, screw that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you there, buddy. Well, I can see it on StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how else I can show you. Mark says he can see the comments on his iPad. Just force close it and bring it back up again. What are you? Come on. What are you, new?
Shoot.
All right. So first on the agenda tonight, new privacy features for Uber and Lyft. Not Lyft, just Uber. If this show's a little off the rails tonight, I mean, I'm fine. I'm just out of my element. It's just crazy. But so basically requesting a trip on the way, during the trip, after your trip, it's just telling you what they're going to release as a driver and what they're going to release as a passenger. So you can see the rating, you can see the address, and then after the trip, you can see the approximate location. So just another step for Uber trying to reduce. I mean, I don't know how this is reduce the sexual assaults. I mean, I think for them to reduce that kind of stuff, they need to, if riders get bad reviews or bad ratings, they should kick them off the platform.
Right.
I mean, I get it. It's money, but that's going to reduce the assaults. So according to Uber safety report released in December of 2019, more than 5,900 riders and drivers reported Uber-related sexual assault in 2017 and 2018. Honestly, that's way too much, but for the amount of rides it takes for 2 years, I mean, what do they consider a sexual assault? Like someone
that's a good question.
Touched your beard,
right?
I mean, that technically is an unwanted approach. But
you know what I find weird is that they don't say anything about making sure. I guess this is more Lyft, but there's nothing in there about making sure everybody has a picture, the passengers.
See, Uber's never going to do that because of people being racist. That's the problem. And I'm surprised Lyft doesn't do that. They're supposed to be more woke than Uber. Mm-hmm. And I wish everyone did, just for like security purposes. If so-and-so, looks like you, and then Jesper rolls up, I'll be like, right. Did you order this for somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? But
listen, y'all need to stop being racist.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's ever going to go away. I think it's always going to be something where.
Yeah. I always see, I don't ever think about that because that's not how I operate, No,
but a lot of people do.
Right.
I mean, they do.
Yeah.
Look at all the crap that's been going on. But yeah, it's not cool to do that, but I think that's why they don't put the pictures up there.
That makes sense.
Could be like that other rideshare we talked about last week where, now I'm getting cold. It's 66 in here. That window's only open a crack. Where they wanted to get the passenger's background checked. I'll close it.
What app was that?
That was the one, I don't know. I don't remember. They were trying to get it funded or something like that for development. And that's the Bitcoin one.
Oh, yeah.
The Bitcoin one. So
that's never going to happen.
No, that is definitely never going to happen. All right. So what else we got here? Oh, fuckface. I mean, this was Tim's article. Hang on one sec. So Uber is going to start doing reservations. Larry, I'm going to bring you in after this article. Basically, like what it sounds like, it's Uber reservations. Uber Reserve offers drivers more control of their schedule. Additional earnings opportunity as drivers will receive 72% of the reserve fare fee regular Uber rates for their city. So you're like 72%. I mean, as I was reading this article, I'm like, what's the reserve fee? Like $2? It's actually $8 to $12 for a passenger to reserve a ride.
So what is the difference between reserving a ride
and scheduling? What do they call?
And scheduling a ride? Yeah,
I guess it's just the skin in the game. So like if that person doesn't show up, the driver gets the full rate of the trip. So a perk for drivers is that an Uber reserve ride is canceled less than an hour before the trip was scheduled to start. The driver will receive the full fee associated with the fare, meaning if it's logged as a $52 trip, the driver will receive the full $52 trip if it's canceled within that time frame. And you'll receive 72% of the $8 to $12 paid by the passenger. I think there's just more skin in the game. Like the passenger's going to show up, but so you want to know if the driver doesn't show up.
Yeah, what if the driver doesn't show up? What's so does it pick a driver ahead of time and say this is a reserve
How does Uber Reserve work for drivers? As a driver, you need to be online an hour before the scheduled trip, and an Uber app you'll receive trips heading toward your reservation in the meantime. So maybe you. I read this article. This is from a driver. It didn't say. So basically, so it must pop up and then you just grab it, right?
Yeah.
And so then the rest of the time you end up getting rides towards that so you don't miss it. Within the app itself, you'll be set to navigate toward your reservation when the time is right, comes to do so. It'll look like the image above on the right. My thoughts as a driver, she says, there's upsides and downsides I can see happening already. Sometimes it's difficult to find a passenger, so being on time is not always possible. Yeah, but also I would not be happy with myself if I arrived 30 minutes early to the destination, sat outside waiting for the scheduled ride, because they get 30 minutes to that's their flexibility. So you could, if it's a 10 o'clock pickup, you roll up at 9:30, they have full 30 minutes before they can come out. Yeah, I know. I don't want to get there and wait there either. That'd be terrible.
Right.
So they're launching in some of the major markets.
I wonder if it's like how Lyft, you go in there for scheduled rides and you assign that to yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't really say in this article. I'm assuming it just pops up. You just look for reservations and grab them.
As a consumer, I would hope that the drivers get biffed pretty good if you accept a ride and then you show up 30 minutes early and then you leave because you don't want to wait, or you don't show up at all. As a driver, that would suck. But
yeah, but as
a consumer,
yeah, it didn't really say any penalties for the driver, but yeah, what's keeping him from saying, screw it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because 72%.
Look how many times, we've talked about it. We showed up to a scheduled ride, 15 minutes early, and you're
and we were fussy at 15.
I'm out.
Yeah. Unless I knew where it was going.
Right.
Like if it was going to be a $75 fare.
Right.
Or maybe it's just like you roll the dice that the passenger's going to cancel and you get, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really say that. But I do like if the customer screws you, you at least get the full fare, which is great. But
yeah,
it is 72% of $8 to $12 going to keep you there for 30 minutes? What's 75% of $10? What is that? $7.50?
$7.50
for a half hour. I'm just trying to do round numbers because math.
Yeah. I guess it depends on where. Do you know where the ride's going to go?
It doesn't say.
If you're a diamond bitch, then
yeah. Or if you're in California, that you get to see where it goes too. But
brings up a lot of questions.
It does. Yeah, I'm surprised how expensive that is, though. $8 to $12, and it all depends.
That's what I'm thinking. There's got to be a pretty significant detriment for the driver if they don't show up, or they show up and leave early.
Yeah, it doesn't say that this is from the
customer's paying, all of that. Then
yeah,
there's got to be a balance.
There definitely is. I'm going to share this in the chat so you guys can take a peek at it if you want to at your leisure.
Take a gander.
PPD's nuts. I love that guy. He's commented on some of our stuff. I thought he was always trolling us, but anyways, he's commented on some of our videos. I always smash drunk girls, one of his comments was. So I thought he was just trolling us or whatever. Okay, Larry. Oh, I should probably send you the link. That might help. Let me do this. Coming your way, Larry.
Larry.
Pippi these nuts in the house. I'm trying to catch up on the comments. I was hoping you could watch the comments. Still not working?
Cannot get it to. It just won't give me an option to show the.
That's so weird.
The comments. Even if I hit comment to make a comment, it pulls up the video, but doesn't.
That's so weird. I wish somehow I could share the. If I knew this ahead of time, I would have just given you this monitor.
Yeah, I didn't
it's all right.
About it.
We'll see if Larry, he hasn't looked at the message yet. So
come on, Larry.
Jesper says, way to go, Jason. I don't know what that means. All right, moving on. Oh, I think those are the only two rideshare things tonight. Why don't you want to do yours real quick?
Yeah,
it's just kind of funny. I actually have, this is the story. I have a story from this link.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so it's a comment, and I don't need to go to the link, right? I can just read it.
Nah.
It's the picture. Okay. So it says passengers are out of their mind if they think this is acceptable. And then the pickup note says, I just want someone to bring me a 6-pack of White Claw, $50.
And then the first comment is 50 is 50. Like
50
we say
is 50.
Like we say in the group, $20, buddy, is $20.
$20 is $20.
Doesn't really matter how you make it. Well, it does kind of things. So my story for that. First of all, what do you think of that when you see that? Would you do that?
Probably not.
No?
No.
What are the reasons?
License issues or age.
That's a big one for alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, if I would ask them to send me a picture of their license or something, maybe. Here's
another problem.
I don't know.
What if they're just getting it for someone in the house?
Right.
When we do it with Shipped, when we scan the license, whatever they do after we do that, that's their business. Right. But this is all through the app and everything's legit. But doing it on the
$50 is $50 though, so I can guarantee you that probably 50-50 of the people that get an offer like that are probably taking it.
So here's my story with it. I did a food delivery, random, like early Tuesday at like 11:15. Some guy ordered IHOP at 11:15, and I'm like, okay, this is weird. From Granville, so I was like, I took it. It was a pretty decent tip on it. Well, I don't know what the tip was. Grubhub, it just shows you the amount you're gonna make on this.
Oh, okay.
Hands down. So it was enough for I looked at it, it was like, I think it was like $16. I'm like, that's fair. There ain't much going on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little far of a drive because it was up Wilson and Richmond. So a little bit north of Lake Michigan Drive.
Oh.
But anyway, so it was a little bit of a drive. And in the notes, it says, hey, grab me a pack of cigs. I'll give you $10 plus I'll tip you in the app. I said, been a little slow today. I said, okay, this is what I'll do. I say, I'll give you my Venmo. If you Venmo the money, $10 plus an extra $5 ahead of time, I will do it. That's what I was going to text him. And I texted him. I'm like, hey, you still need cigarettes? He's like, no, because people understand when they're writing comments in there, it's not for that order. It's directions to your place. Like you can add comments. So every time someone orders, that pops up. But I did think, I was like, if you Venmo me the money, here's my Venmo link. I'll do it. What do I care?
Right.
I mean, I'll pay for your cigarettes, but it does have the legal thing again. But I mean, it's 11:15 in the morning. The guy I think works third shift. My guess is he was getting some breakfast and whatever. But I think I would do it if they prepaid. Like everyone's got Venmo now or Cash App or whatever.
Even alcohol, because alcohol is a bigger beast than buying somebody a pack of smokes.
That's so true. I don't know if I do the alcohol.
It's a tough call, because $50 is, I mean, depending on what day it is and what your money goal is, $50 is
$50. I mean, I try to make 60 at lunch.
Right.
That's my goal, or right around 50 or 60.
Yeah.
During the week, the weekends are different. It's a lot busier, but I don't know. I don't think I do alcohol. I think I draw the line there, because if a kid smokes a pack of cigarettes, it's like whatever. But okay, we're gonna try to add Larry.
Hello.
Larry.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Is there any echo for you at all?
No, sounds great.
Sweet.
Yeah, I had to lower the volume on the Facebook page, but I can hear you through the StreamYard. So.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
At first there was an echo, but yeah, it's all good.
Maybe that's what was going on with Sam. She somehow had something else on. I like these headphones you got on. They look very familiar.
I wonder why. I swiped those when I was down in your studio.
Did you? I am missing one.
No. No, that was on the equipment list you sent me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're great. I think they leak a little bit of audio sometimes if you have them up too high. But well, Larry, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, if people that don't know you and just what you do and all that stuff.
Sure. Well, full time, I'm a computer systems engineer for the city of Bowling Green, Kentucky. But in the evenings and on weekends, I do gig work, mainly rideshare, Lyft, and Uber. But also do Grubhub, Roadie, Uber Eats, a little bit of this and that. But it's mainly rideshare.
Okay. And how long you been driving?
Been driving for about 3.5 years now.
Okay. I have a little story about Roadie. All these things are triggering stories. So I tried to, I've been laid off for 2 weeks, and you got to re-log into all your apps. And I logged into Roadie, and it said your account is locked. So I sent him an email. I'm like, why is my account locked? Oh, you were inactive. Do you want to be reactivated? Yes. Okay. Wait a couple days. No response. Then I get the response. Well, we haven't heard from you, so we're going to mark this ticket as closed. And I'm like, no, dude, like, I want to be in. So I emailed him back, and I'm like, never heard anything. So tried to log in, same thing. Exact same scenario. Jason, do you want to be an active roadie driver? Yes, please unlock my account. 2 days later. Well, we haven't heard from you, so I just deleted the app. I was like, I'm done with you. I mean, what is going on here?
Enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many roadies have you done?
I've probably done maybe like 30 or 40.
Okay,
Really?
you've done more than I thought then.
Yeah, I did a lot in the winter, like later at night at the airport, when I was hanging out at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
And
Playing golf with the old guys?
No, this was during the winter. I was not detailing my car. But no, I would get a lot of bags. But I mean, it wasn't really super profitable. It was basically like there's nothing else going on. So
yeah, see, since we don't have an airport, here in town, we get very few roadies here.
Yeah. It's there. I mean, it's there to use if you want a little extra money. But now with so many other apps, I mean, if it's not popping, why even bother with it?
Yeah, I mean, unless it just pops up and I happen to see something and it's worth it right then, I'll grab it. But yeah, it's mainly been medicine here prescriptions that I've delivered.
Okay.
And I delivered 2 owls one time.
Owls, like the bird owls?
They were the plastic owls that you put out on your porch. Yeah,
I got real owls.
That would have been interesting. But yeah, I got to TSC and I had no idea what it was. The guy went back in the back and he comes out with these 2 plastic owls. He's like, well, here you go. That's what you're delivering.
Jeez Louise. So as far as Uber or rideshare rides, do you know how many you have approximately for both platforms?
Let me see. I can pull it up here real quick. I've got my phone. I think on Uber it's around maybe 3,500.
Oh, see, I thought you were a lot higher than me. I'm at 32.
I can't remember though for sure. I can't remember where you find it on the app nowadays.
I think you had to look in your profile.
Yeah, let me look here.
Good old Keith. Larry's such a hoot with these owl stories.
No, yeah. See, with Uber, I've done 2,750 trips, and Lyft's significantly less than that. I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Probably 1,600 or something.
All right. So, how's that podcast of yours coming?
Well, I've been doing another podcast. I do the podcast with my friend Antonio.
Oh yeah, you're still doing that?
Yeah, we've been doing it. We've probably done as many of those now as I've done just mine.
Oh wow!
Generally, he's pretty good about having somebody lined up about every other week here. So we were supposed to do one tonight, but the lady, she has a 5-year-old, and she couldn't get a setter till next week. We're going to interview her next.
So you're on like it's just like an interview show, and you're a co-host.
Pretty much. I mean, we talk about really kind of all different subjects. We did a couple episodes about the pandemic. We did one show, just me and him, on being a hustler, being a go-getter, working all of your gigs, making money, doing what it takes. Last one we talked to a guy who's a realtor. He's developing kind of his own kind of realty website.
Okay.
The lady we're talking to, I think, this coming week, I think she owns like an auto glass repair shop. We've had a couple of singers on there. So yeah, just a little bit of everything.
So the question is, why have I been invited as a guest? I'm a hustler. I mean, come on. I love podcasting. I love to talk. I can't shut up.
I'll see what I can do about that. But in my defense, Antonio is the booking agent for the show, so he's the one who's booked all the guests.
Well, who's doing the editing? Is he doing it too?
we really don't do much editing.
Okay,
we
we need to have a conversation after this show.
Bunch of rookies over there.
No kidding.
No. My show. I spend hours, but he just likes to throw it up there. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
So during this pandemic, have you been driving passengers?
When COVID first came out, the city of Bowling Green, where I work at, our city manager came out with kind of some rules and regulations. Since they were having probably, most people work from home, they did say they did lay down some rules about what you could do and what you couldn't do as far as your secondary jobs. And rideshare was not something that they were going to let me do. And so I switched over to doing all food delivery and did that for about 6 months. And as y'all know, food delivery was off the chain. So I was making as much or more doing that than I was doing, driving rideshare. So that was fun. And kind of got, like you were talking the other day, Jason, kind of got to where I like doing food delivery sometimes. It's kind of nice. At first, I hated it. When I first did it. Couldn't stand it. Didn't want to do it whatsoever. But after you do it for a while, you're like, hey, it's kind of nice. I can listen to my music. I can, I don't have to worry about somebody puking in my car. I don't have to worry about it being clean all the time.
Well, the clean thing is nice. If you look at my passenger floorboard, there's Wendy's bags and straws and water bottles. But I also think why people don't like food delivery right off the bat is because you don't know the strategy around it yet. You're feeling a little fish out of water. And once you figure it out, you're like, oh, okay, I got this. Like I have my little areas I go to in my area to sit and wait for deliveries and things like that.
The big thing is figuring out on the apps, like making sure you look and see where you're delivering to, because they'll squeeze that map down here and it looks like the delivery is not very far. You accept the ride and it's like 30 minutes away. And you're like, no, not happening. Not for a penny. I mean, I have done deliveries that far, but not for $10.
Yeah, the problem I'm running into is Grubhub. I'm on the schedule, so I'm kind of, and I have Uber running also, and sometimes I'll get a nice Uber one that's a little bit further. It happened today, and then I'm like denying all these Grubhub ones, and then I'm thinking, wait, should I have done the Uber one? It's and Grubhub, you turn it off, they give you like 5 minutes, and they're texting you saying, hey, they're basically like, you got enough time to go pee, you need to be back on the app, and so it can get a little challenging juggling both apps.
And during that time, I did schedule a lot of blocks, but now I don't ever schedule any blocks. And I really have not been able to tell any difference whatsoever.
Really?
In the amount of money that I make.
We can tell it here because I get the crappy ones. I get the $7 Taco Bells or the $6.
Well, I just decline those.
Well, I do too. Even if I'm on the schedule or not, I don't take anything less than 10.
Yeah, and you learn too during the pandemic when all the lobbies are closed, what fast food places not to accept, because I'm not going to get stuck in Taco Bell hell drive-through for 30 minutes for an $8
McDonald's on Michigan Street.
The Danish who's not here, who is making comments, I told him several times, please don't go to like fast food, like Wendy's is okay. It's a little step above like Taco Bell and McDonald's, but you're going to wait in line. You're probably not going to get a tip, or, it's just not worth it. So
yeah, Taco Bell and White Castle here are the two that I just, I won't.
I've never had White Castle.
White Castle is so good, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Larry, is it good? Is it better than In-N-Out?
No, see, we're the only place that I know of in the country that has White Castle and Crystal. We have them both. If you go anywhere north, it's all White Castle. If you go anywhere south, it's all Crystal.
Now,
we have them both.
Is that a situation kind of like Checkers and Rally's, where it's actually the same company, or are they two different companies?
No, they're two different companies.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Crystal a little better. And I did like White Castle fine, but I got burned last time. I went there about 2 weeks ago and got something really late night after I'd been working, and the food, you could tell they'd been sitting there for a while. And I also got a big chocolate milkshake. I had a real urge for a chocolate milkshake. It was so thick that you couldn't even get it through the straw. So I said, well, I'll just eat it at home with a spoon when I get home. Open it up, and there's a big black hair inside there.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I'm done with White Castle for the foreseeable future.
Oh, man. That's gross.
You can go to the grocery store and buy like the frozen White Castles.
Oh, can
Yeah.
you? Like,
Oh,
can you
yeah.
buy it in our grocery store?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and yeah.
They're not as good, and you don't get the crinkle fries.
Well, you
True.
can make your own crinkle fries.
I mean, you can, but
Yeah.
So to answer the question, you are taking passengers now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So about probably 6 weeks ago, our city manager said that things had eased up enough, so they eased the restrictions. So I started doing a mix of passengers and food. I'll
Okay.
turn them all on, and whatever hits.
Okay.
So yeah, especially a lot of times during the day, on the weekends, I'm doing a lot more food. But you can definitely tell also that there's less drivers than there used to be. I've noticed that because you know how I used to be here. I would set for 10 or 15, 20, 30 minutes sometimes between rides.
Yeah.
And especially when I first started back with rideshare, it was just back to backs. I think more of the drivers are slowly coming back now. Because there for a while, I would only see like 3 or 4 other drivers in all of Bowling Green.
Wow.
Whereas it used to be wherever you went, you'd open up and you'd see the maximum amount of drivers, sitting around.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely scaled it back on the drivers.
So Larry, if you don't mind me asking, what's your face mask policy, and have you had any riders that have like tried to fight you about either Uber or Lyft rules or your personal rules?
No, everybody's been pretty good. I keep packages of disposable masks, the ones that Uber or Grubhub or somebody sends to us every month or two. I keep them in there, and if they don't have one, I'll give them one. Everybody's been pretty cool about it, and if we've had so many like warm sunny days that I've had the windows down here lately, and driving around with the windows, and everybody's enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's been nice up here too. Keith says they don't call Larry a hilltopper hustler for nothing. Is that did he just come up with that, or did they call you that?
The university here is Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers. That's their mascot. That's the name of the
I often wonder why Keith's got a Bills hat too. Like maybe he's from Buffalo, because doesn't he live in Georgia?
He went to school at Western.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yes, Keith did. I can't remember for sure where he's at now.
I think he's in Georgia.
I think it's Georgia, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he went to school at Western.
All right, Larry. Well, why don't you give everyone like one tip, any of the apps that you think like, man, this is something you really need to focus on. I know I'm putting you on the spot, so.
Oh, wow. Let me think. Yeah, my biggest tip, like I said, just popping in my head is make sure, especially if you're doing food delivery, make sure you take a little bit and make sure you know where that delivery is going, because that used to burn me all the time when I first started. It'd pop up and that it looked like the delivery and the pickup and the delivery were just within a few miles of each other. And then when you actually accept it, they had shrunk the screen down so much, and it's it's 20 miles away. And you're like, dang it, they got me again.
Yeah, definitely know your area. Look with those.
For sure.
Take the time to do it, especially now. Uber is a little quicker. You only get like 30 seconds as that little timer goes. But Grubhub, you can get about a minute out of it.
And Grubhub is more of a pain to cancel an order once you've accepted it too, for sure. Uber, it's just you swipe it up and cancel it. But Uber, Grubhub, they want you to explain why, and they want you to call them, and they want you to go through all that.
Yeah. When you first started the tip and you said something, take a little bit, I thought you were going to do a joke like take a little bit of the food off the top instead of take a little time. I'm like, no, don't do that.
No. And I don't want to be on some viral YouTube video.
Right. Unless it's your page and you're making the money on it.
Exactly. Unless it's something good.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry, before you go, what service were you in?
Oh, Pete, I was a combat medic in the Kentucky National Guard for 6 years.
All right. Well, thank you for your service, Larry.
Oh, you're welcome, man. It was my pleasure. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Well, you've already eaten the food, but enjoy the glow of the smoky bones and the Dairy Queen. Oh,
and yeah, it's funny because actually me and a buddy of mine, he was in the service. We always get together on Veterans Day and go get some free food somewhere. So we actually ate Smoky Bones for lunch today, and then me and my wife went to Smoky Bones.
Oh, your poor wife later on tonight. That room's there's gonna be like a fart fog ozone over the entire top.
Well, I did have baked beans as a side. So
Oh my gosh, your poor wife
sleeping on the couch tonight.
She's a saint.
Yes, she is. Well, Larry, thank you so much. I'm glad this worked out. This was fun.
This was fun. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you having me on.
All right, have a good one.
All right, have a good rest of your show.
All right, bye. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I like old Larry.
I love Larry. I'm glad it worked too. Must have been Sam. I'm going to say operator error on that one. So,
way to go, Sam. You broke it last time.
All right. Sorry for that little delay. I thought it was fun to talk to Larry. He's been one of our Patreon subscribers from the beginning, and we really appreciate his support on the show. So hopefully he can get me on the other shows, John. I'm always looking to be guesting. I want to, you got to share the podcast love.
Right.
Okay. Next up, from UberLiftDrivers.com, a new app helps gig workers find where to whiz. So, what is this app called again? The Whizzer? Hold on. I thought it was in my, it's just named Whiz. We're actually going to interview these guys next week. Described as being developed by gig workers for gig workers. Whiz is a bathroom finding app that is partnering with restaurants to provide gig workers with some much needed relief.
It's a bad time to try to work on that because a lot of the restaurants have their bathrooms closed.
Yeah,
right now.
So we're going to talk about that, and I want to encourage him and to expand that to let drivers maybe, I don't know, somehow you can certify that they're rideshare drivers because, a lot of restaurants, I mean, if it's fast food, it's closed.
Yeah.
And I don't think...
Just go to Johnny's on Michigan.
Yeah. So we're going to talk to him about that. Basically, Wiz attempts to incentivize the restaurants with free advertising in exchange for bathroom access and promotional offers. So it's not a bad idea. Most drivers aren't going to use a restaurant to go potty, though. Go potty? What are we? Jeez, frick. I mean, I don't even have toddlers anymore. I'm like, I got a pupper. Maybe time to go potty. I would never go into Logan's to go to the bathroom.
Right.
I mean, it's probably cleaner, but I mean, it just, a lot of the times I'm going to
Maybe that's where we're messing up. We're still busy trying to decide whether to go to Speedway or Johnny's. We should have been going to Logan's where.
But how many times do you go to Johnny's and not grab something to drink or a snack out of there? Because that's why you're kind of going to pee and you're kind of grabbing a snack.
And honestly, the last thing I want to be doing on a Friday night is walking into Logan's, when I'm already probably hungry. Walk around in there and smell steaks and no.
And then even if they're partnering with Whiz, let's say, then you're like, oh no, I'm not here to eat, I'm here to whiz. I mean, like you're gonna have to say that every time because they greet you.
What if they give you a
little
whiz?
Yeah, a little badge you hang on the door. They bring up too, bathroom access is a problem for like homeless people and everything. I totally agree. What could we do? What could somebody create that you could put it on the side of the road, but it's not like some porta potty? Like, I mean, or maybe it is, but it's just a little better. The porta potties, you open that up and I mean, you're just looking at loads of shit in there and pee. Like, it's kind of gross. I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it. But it is something to think about. I mean, we always mock, I am the one that pees in a Gatorade bottle. I'm sorry, I do. Call me a savage. I don't care.
Heathen.
I mean, if you got to go, you got to go, right? A heathen. It's like pee in a Gatorade bottle. I've yet to be caught in my daytime job or my gig job. Okay. So we're going to talk to them next week. This will be a Patreon only for a while. So if you want to hear it right away, we got a bunch of them in there. A new app called Lunder where you can wash people's clothes. And it's very profitable for the worker.
I should really look into that.
As a customer or as a worker?
As a worker. Of course, you got to pick it up, right?
Yep. You got to pick it up. You can go to a laundromat. If you go to a laundromat, you can write all that off. Now, you can in your home too, but it's a little, I mean, how do you track how much water you used or how much electricity you used? So while your hourly rate goes up at a laundromat because it's quicker, I mean, you got 5 washers. I mean, you can have all of them running at the same time, but you do lose a little bit because you have to buy, the time for that stuff. But yeah, so go to patreon.com/gig economy podcast if you want to get first dibs on some of this stuff. Launder is everywhere, but it's not, there's no customers here. Jesper and I are, I think,
do they do background checks on the people that do it?
You know?
Because
I can't.
if you get some perv in your...
That's the number one. You're talking about the undies?
Yeah.
The number one question they get is the underwear, and they're like, you can just wash your own underwear. It's probably like 1% of your total daily laundry if you think about it.
Yeah.
But I can't remember in the interview if they did do background checks. They have a ton of insurance. In fact, I'm telling you the whole interview. Go to Patreon and listen to it. Damn it. It'll come out. It's coming out in December for all you cheap fucks. I just said it. I was gonna stop, but then I just said, the insurance they have. If your machine breaks at home with,
are you a pinky out?
Yeah, I am kind of. I was holding it there. If your machine breaks, they'll cover it.
Really?
Yeah, and then Jesper's like, well, how do you know it's a job for Lunder? I'm like, well, that's what insurance investigators are for. They can figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
I mean, but the insurance is insane. Like if you wreck, because you're supposed to check all their pockets. Let's say for whatever reason you had a pen in the load before for your home, and then it ruined. It's covered.
Wow.
So great insurance, which is good. But
and not to spoil it, I won't spoil it, but you should definitely check it out because the pay.
The pay is nuts.
It's nuts.
It's.
I'm not going to spoil it, so go check it out.
In fact, when he told me how much the worker gets paid compared to what they're making, I'm like, how is that even sustainable? He's like, don't worry, I got you. And I was like, damn, this guy really takes care of his workers.
Right.
So pretty nice. All right, my God, we're like 40 minutes in and we're only on our second ad spot. Where are we at? Oiluber. Yeah. Go to oiluber.com. They just signed up for another 3 months. Woo-hoo!
Nice.
Thank you guys so much for believing in us. They need new technicians. What Oiluber does is they are on-demand oil change company. They come to you. So they need customers. You can be a tech or a customer. Doesn't matter. All at oiluber.com. And now with jump starts, I just bought my jump starter. So Brian, get me some business over here. I am ready to rock to help people.
Nice.
You can do that too. You don't have to just change oil. You can do fuel delivery or jump starts. So pretty badass. Oiluber.com for all that information to sign up to be a tech or to be a customer. It's all right there. We can't thank them enough for supporting us. And I'm really hoping these guys take off. It's a great idea. And why would you want to pay for... That was really loud. Sorry. I think about the jump starts. To go through your insurance app. I mean, especially if, let's say, it's bad weather. That's when everyone seems to need it, in a blizzard.
Of course, right.
You're going to wait 3 hours to get a jump.
Right.
You call Oiluber or you request one. There's drivers driving around with either jumper cables and or a jump box. And we all know, just be careful when you're doing it. We talked about this last time.
Yep.
So... thank you, Oiluber, for supporting us. Okay, this is just...
All right, so this next one is a... Oh, God, I lost my spot. All right, it's a video of a DoorDasher.
Yeah, we've seen people steal food, eating off the chicken nuggets, scraping off the spaghetti of that guy in India.
Yeah.
But
this is something I haven't seen before, so this was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's very short, but we'll play it and we'll just describe it for the audio listeners. That's it. The comment is, do you think cameras didn't exist? Hope DoorDash fires you. So basically she comes in, she drops the food, she takes a picture of it, she picks the food up and walks away with it. How does she think that, am I missing something? Is there some sort of loop to not get fired from that?
You almost wonder. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, this can't be real. Like somebody, of course, you think that about a lot of these videos that you see. You're like, somebody can't be that stupid.
I know.
To reach in, like that guy who ate the chicken wings on the way to the door. Like, are you that stupid that you...
Well, that guy wasn't even the remember in the article, that wasn't even the driver. It was some passenger. I think he was bombed.
Right. Or the guy, any of the guys, the guy who was sipping the drink at the door. Remember that one?
Or the guy that rubbed the ice cream on his nuts. Here's a tip for all you new people. There's cameras everywhere.
Everywhere.
Every house. You can get a freaking camera for $30 now and it works great. with high def. So don't do that. Don't steal food. Like, what does she expect what does she think's going to happen?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a car. You're not that broke that you can't eat.
Right.
It's very bizarre. Why'd you look that way?
I don't know. Like out of the corner of my eye, it looked like the thing was shaking. I was like, "Were we having an earthquake or something?"
I don't know. Maybe I got a little excited. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. This kind of
This one kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. Gosh. Oh, here we go. The text says, "This is your Grubhub driver, David. I left your order outside of your front door." So that's a pretty standard text now with the pandemic. It's already pre-written for you. That was at 6:03. At 6:11 says, "Don't go away till I verify, please."
I'm at home, like feet up on the couch watching TV. 11 minutes later.
Yeah, if that's my last delivery of whatever the day, I'm gone. I drop it and leave. I mean, first of all, it doesn't matter what's in that bag. The driver has nothing to do with that.
Right.
He can't control it. Even if you complain, he's going to say you're going to have to call support, which I've noticed Uber Eats and Grubhub are really good with the customers. They usually give you credit for whatever's effed up.
I ordered Uber Eats last week, and I ordered we'll just say I ordered an item and it didn't come right, and I got a $5 credit.
What do you mean you ordered an item?
Listen, I ordered a Big Mac with extra meat, okay?
You got me. If you get me coughing, you got me. Oh. Jesper, don't be talking about Lunder.com. They're not paying for this crap. You're banned.
All right, so this next one is an app that is available on, is it on both stores or just Google? I assume it's on both.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And it's called Neighbor, and it is a space sharing.
Yeah, it's like Airbnb for storage.
For storage, yeah.
I'm gonna play this video. It's dumb. YouTube was down before I was gonna actually pull a video with sound, but I'll just play it anyways. I don't even know if it really shows anything. It's no sound, so it doesn't really help our audio listeners. But I did look at if you go to, I think it's, let's see if it pulls the app up or the website. No, it's like neighborhood.com or something like that. But yeah, there's stuff in this area. I looked at it.
Really?
Yeah. It's live here. So basically it's just like Airbnb for storage. But I don't know if I'd be like, if I had a 2-stall garage, right? And the person says, well, I park on this side and then you can store your stuff on this side. Okay, what are you storing? A car. Okay, fine. That would be totally fine. But if you had a bunch of boxes and furniture, like in the wintertime, my car melts in the garage and all. I mean, that seems weird that you would do that. I don't know if I would.
It also brings up a lot of, you were talking about how the laundry service.
Launder,
thank you. Is all the insurance.
Yeah.
You wonder about that you think you need a lot more insurance for storage.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of those loopholes, right? We should ask Jackie about that. Yeah, because, I mean, your homeowner's insurance covers everything in your home, but what if you're making money out of it? Because now you're using your home as a business. It's
commercial, yeah.
It's commercial, so that kind of throws everything out the window, as we found out with Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
Rideshare, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess if I had like an empty shed, I would do it. Like that's not attached to my home.
Right.
I don't know.
To me, I just don't, and I don't know. I just don't know people who have like random space to be storing other people's stuff.
Well, first of all, what I was going to say is like people have so much shit. Like I can see the need for it, but like everyone, although people watching online can't see it, but through that door under there, the entire thing could fill with stuff. Now you can't stand up in there. It's like it's like a crawl space, but I have plenty of room to do it. But would I do it? Would I want someone else's stuff in there? I would just feel.
It's also, potentially a fire hazard, right?
I mean, why would it be a fire hazard?
I don't know.
It's more issue with a flood.
Yeah.
Like everything I have in there is in totes just in case we have like, the flood from Noah come in. I already have water issues in the backyard there. So everything I have in there is totes. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, just throwing it out there. If you're looking for another gig, you got an empty storage space. I think it's neighbor.com or neighborhood.com, something like that. I don't know.
The app's just called Neighbor, so I don't see a website on there.
Yeah.
On the thing.
That's my bad. All right. I just want to touch, speaking of insurance, perfect segue.
Perfect. Planned it.
Jackie from Miafis. We made that up. That's not a word. It's Michigan Insurance and Financial Service. Miafis. I don't know. Jackie is my agent. Jackie is Jesper's agent. He just switched. She can save you a ton of money, especially with the insurance reform. Please call her at 269-569-6127. That is her cell phone. That doesn't go to the business line or anything. Or email her, Jackie@miafs.com. She saved me a ton of money. You work directly with her. We don't want to say broker. What did we establish last time?
I don't think we did. I think you were going to talk to her.
No, but Jesper said something. In insurance.
Independent agent?
Independent agent. Thank you. Jackie is an independent agent, and she basically shops a bunch of insurance companies and finds the best one for you. Jesper was shocked how much money he saved, and either his guy was ripping him off or Jackie's amazing. I'm going to lean towards Jackie's amazing.
Right.
Of course. But, yeah, she saved me a ton of money, so you're next. You're next on the list. Thanks, Jackie.
You're next.
269-569-6127 or email Jackie@miafs.com. Boop. All right, I'm up next. This mic stand is really getting in my way. Like, can you notice I'm kind of like I don't know, the monitor's all screwed up. Okay.
You know what you should get is the ones that hang from the ceiling.
We've talked about, Jesper's out of town. When the boss is away.
That's why I brought it up.
Let's play. Let's go to sweetwater.com and start doing it. All right. This is out of our Ship Shopper group in Grand Rapids. So, and the first sentences, sometimes I really ask myself, are bundles worth it? So for people that are new, and they weren't doing this when I was doing Ship back in January, but they're now bundling orders together. Like you'll get a price for two instead of wanting to, normally you could accept those two on their own and you'd make more money. It's kind of like where Grubhub will give you, I had it today. I got a Panda Express for $11 and like, hey, would you want to add this one for $5 more? So you're getting $5 more, but if you would get that separate, it would probably be 11 or 12.
Right.
So they're trying to bundle it together because you're already there. And I did take it because it was the first runs of the morning. But so this is a text exchange with a customer. It says, wow, this is the worst order I've ever gotten. This is the customer. You just rang my doorbell at 10 p.m. and woke up my two children. Who rings the doorbell, by the way? Like at 10, like maybe a light knock, and if no answer, idiot. It woke my two children. Who does that? You didn't let me know you were on your way. There's a spot in there that says on your way text. Hit it every time, guys. You substitute items without asking when you were supposed to contact the member. You contacted me an hour and a half before you actually delivered me things, then proceeded to deliver them 2 minutes before the cutoff. As a customer, this is horrifying. As a Shipped shopper, I can't fathom this. Do better. This is embarrassing. I've been a Ship shopper since 2017, and this is the worst shop I've ever seen. He says, hi, I'm sorry you feel that way. I apologize. I looked, and it looks like I got everything correct besides the Hershey candy. I apologize. I am sorry about ringing the doorbell. That was a bundle order with $3 order, and I had to make a lot of substitutions for her. I also meant to send you on the way text, but apparently I did not hit that. My apologies. She says, I figured you did, and it's obvious you made substitution because you put too much on your plate and you didn't want to take the time to see if I wanted that substitution. It was a lazy move. If you can't do multiple shops in a time slot, then don't. I'm not paying for a wrong item because you bit off more than you can chew. It also has nothing to do with you ringing someone's door at 10 p.m. on a weeknight. Don't apologize for someone feeling something. That's called gaslighting. Okay, she gets a little crazy at the end. Either apologize for the quality of service, which was poor. That's not my feeling. That's fact. Or say nothing. But thanks. I'll be sure to mention this when I report this to HQ. Need a drink after reading all that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that guy did everything wrong. I'm not going to lie. It's stressful to take multiple shops. When I take...
Are you forced to do that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Now, a lot of these smaller ones, they're bundling, which I won't do. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get paid less just because I'm in the store. It's still... everything is the same amount. I can see it for food delivery because you're literally walking through the door, taking a bag and putting it in your hot bag and then walking out. Not that much work.
Right.
When you're doing a ship shop, you're getting paid less for that second order, but you're still doing all the shopping. You're still checking out. You're still driving to the customer's house. Like, none of that's changed.
See, Instacart was doing that too when I was doing Instacart in the middle of COVID.
Okay.
There were, I'd go to try to find some orders, and they'd be like two or three of them all bundled up together. And, I'd never done grocery really. I had been signed up for it for a while, but I'd never done it because I didn't need to. I was doing rideshare.
Yeah.
And, I was just like, I'm not at the point where I feel comfortable doing 2 or 3 order shops yet. I'm trying to survive doing this, 25 item order, let alone.
Right. And it's stressful because they, at least on Shipt, they really penalize you if you're late.
Yeah.
Like it's a big hit. They do not like it, which makes sense because people are there for that hour. Like, yeah, if you're home, you're a stay-at-home mom or dad or whatever, it's fine. But so I would never take an order. Like if I take 2 orders, if they were over 20, I would get stressed.
Yeah.
And I'm not as organized as a lot of these people that are doing Shipt. So
well, the other thing, when I was doing Shipt, it was like everything was always gone, and you couldn't find anything. So
this was like when the pandemic started,
right?
Oh yeah, I bet that was a nightmare.
I can't do this.
Well, I mean, and I think people have started getting used to this, like saying that it wasn't there. But I think early on people were probably fussy. But then they're like, this is the reality. So you either deal with it or, don't get it, don't use Shipt. What else was I going to say? They now are offering early drop off. So that's cool. So that kind of helps you on time. Like it shows you early drop off is okay. So if it's scheduled from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., if you want to shop it early and get it done with and get onto something else, you can do that.
Oh, nice.
So that's nice. But the bundling is horse shit.
Yeah.
So I won't say I won't ever do it, but I probably won't ever do it. I mean, it's just as much work. Why don't you pay me the same amount of money?
Right.
Like, it's stupid. Yeah, I didn't share the pictures of this because they were kind of gross.
Yeah, so this next article is, I found it just kind of randomly. It was an Uber passenger who was 20, claims driver grabbed her and hit her in the face when she tried to, oh God, hold on.
Is it the UK, it's that UK site or UK Mail?
It is. I got like ads popping over everything. Even on my tablet. Close. God. Get out of... Oh, I just clicked on...
Oh, no.
Great. Now I got a virus.
I told Jesper I already bought the... I already bought the arms. But yeah, so Pete's going to, once he gets this up, is going to talk about some girl that got sexually assaulted.
So yeah, when she tried to escape after he started asking weird sexual questions. And so the driver apparently slapped her and he hit her in the face. The pictures are bad.
Yeah, they're pretty gross.
A slap in the face is not like...
It's pretty bad.
It's way worse than a slap in the face.
It just brings up, what was the whole scenario around those two anyways? It was just a random pickup, like a random...
Yeah, she was taking an Uber to her boyfriend's house when he started asking like weird sexual questions. And she, tried to pretend that she was on the phone.
Okay.
And then he refused to stop at a gas station, apparently, and then turned into a dead end.
Mm. Yeah, this is where Zoom Ride in Detroit comes in. As a female, you can request a female-only driver. Female-only? Is that the right way to say it? Like a female.
You just request a female driver.
Yeah, you don't have to say the only part. Okay. You can request a female driver, which is great. And I wish Uber and Lyft would do that. It would be a game changer. I mean, yeah, it would suck that you wouldn't get as many rides as a male, but I mean, if you're,
Here's what she said. She said, girls, please never get into an Uber alone.
Yeah.
And if you do, sit behind the driver.
That's a really good idea.
Which, as a driver,
we hate. Sam, she was taking Ubers for a while, like when she had all the car wrecks.
Yeah. 17 car accidents.
Yeah, in 2 weeks with 17 apps.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But when I try to think of my safety as well, I don't want somebody sitting behind me.
Yeah, but are you going to say something to somebody?
I mean, I don't.
No, I wouldn't either.
No.
It would just be, I would be on alert.
Yeah.
Like it would, the spidey sense would be up and be like, okay, this person sitting behind me, super weird. Because especially if you, and then you get people that sit behind you, maybe they're just oblivious because they'll just have conversation with you. I'm like, you're talking to the back of my head. At least on the other side, we're kind of angled back and forth.
Right.
So crazy. Yeah, Carol chimed in. Zoom ride is safer for women for sure. 100%. I mean, you have a daughter. I have a daughter. Like, yours is old enough to use the ride share. Mine's not quite there yet. But I want them to be safe out there. That freaks me out. Like, there's creepy guys. I mean, Screwbird. I mean, all those guys out there. What? What are you laughing at?
Did you say Screwbird?
What? No, I never said anything of the sort.
What are you talking about? These headphones are growing out. Yes, we're time for new headphones.
Ugh, I'm appalled, Pete, that you would even think that I would even try to say that. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Okay. All right. This is like shipped heavy. This is from, I think, this is from a shopper. All right. So, yeah, just go ahead and not look at your phone. Rant. I know my texts are going through because I only had a few customers. I only had a few customers answer me right away. Remember, when I'm reading this, sometimes it might not be English or, I typed it. But my last 6 customers of the night, nothing. List of subs I texted because 3 of them put in notes, text me for subs. I effing did, and you didn't effing respond for the entire effing shop. Some of them didn't want me to substitute on my own until I asked them first, and I did, and they completely ignored my messages. So help me if I get complaints from them, I'm going to effing lose it. And if you're not going to look at your phone, put in notes ahead of time, you effers. I know we normally say it, but that was a lot of Fs. I wasn't going to rant on that. So.
I like that next comment.
The people who put, this is the comment. The people who put text me for subs are the types to ignore their phones when you do just that. Why though? I don't really have an issue with it. I did when I was doing Instacart. People wouldn't text you back?
Or I would text them, a couple things. Like I said, when I was doing this, it was right at the beginning of COVID. So toilet paper was always out.
Yeah, you're texting like a mother.
Sanitizer was always out.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't respond. And it was probably, I don't know if it was 2/3 of the time, but somewhere between 1/3 and 2/3 of the time, I'd be in the checkout. Oh, can you grab this instead? Nope. Should have answered 15 minutes ago.
Well, if I'm in checkout, peace out. It's not happening.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely not happening. And I'll actually make a substitution if I don't hear from them. And I mean, would you rather have, there are some things that my wife buys from Meijer that it's like, nothing. Like if you buy if the off brand, I'm not going to eat it.
Right.
But I actually would rather, like I had the deli was closed. I think the deli's closing a little early and I had a roast beef shop. She did text me back and, she wanted a half a pound, but it was closed. And I was like, hey, do you want me to grab like the box stuff? And she said no. But if she didn't text back, I probably would have grabbed whatever those containers, a pound or half a pound of roast beef. Because what if it's for sandwiches for the kids in the morning or husband or whatever? Like I would rather have it. I don't know. Some people like don't do that, but I don't know if I'm doing
as a shopper, you're better off substituting anyways.
Yes.
Because if you remove the item, you make less money.
Right.
Because the money you get, and I don't know if it's probably exactly the same for ship too, right?
Yeah, I think
Is it per item?
Yeah, I think you get a base of like $5 and it's like 7.5% of the total.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would just be pissed as a customer if they did it without texting me.
Right.
But you're also, they're rerouting the phone number through their system. So, ship goes down sometimes. So I don't know. That guy saying like he had the last 6 not text him back seems a little extreme.
I had a day when I was doing Instacart at Aldi where
nothing was going through.
Nothing was going through. And I even asked a couple of the other
and they same thing?
Yeah.
So it must have been on their end.
Yeah.
So that's like a nightmare.
Right.
I would stop shopping that day. I would be like, all right, I'm taking the rest of the day off.
Well, that's one of the things that contributed to just not doing.
Yeah, you started at the worst time.
Yeah.
It's better now.
Yeah.
I've done 2 or 3 since I've been, maybe 4, but whatever, since I've been back, and they barely have. Everything's in stock.
Yeah.
Although I haven't.
You still can't find like a lot of bacon stuff though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't been in the.
Like when I made blueberry pie last weekend from scratch. It was so good.
You did, or your streaming partner?
Well, I made everything.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought she was.
No,
the
I was
cooker.
watching her. She was streaming in California.
Oh,
And
okay.
I like cooked along.
Okay, I thought you were like you two were together
No.
streaming, and
No.
and she was baking it.
No.
Okay. Does she have a baking stream? Is that her thing?
She's got a lot of things. She bakes, cooks, plays video games.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So, anyways.
Shit, I don't know what. Oh yeah.
You're having trouble finding supplies. Sorry.
Yeah, because they're.
What do you
like,
me?
Yeah, they were like they're still like when I went in there, I had to get some baking powder or something, and like the yeast completely sold out.
Really?
Still, yeah.
Man, if I would have known that, we up at the cabin, my mother-in-law's cabin, that's like Amish country. There's yeast for days.
Yeah.
Like I brought some down for my other buddy. He's like, if they have anything up there,
Even some of the spices, like I had to buy allspice, and the Meyer brand was completely sold out. The other brand was completely sold out. And
Wow.
yeah.
It's just
Like if you're gonna make pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, you better start buying spices now.
there's your warning.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's bizarre. All right, last article before we jump into Facebook shenanigans and right?
So yeah.
No, this is me.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. Well, it's fuckface, but it's real quick. Basically, is it DOJ
Department of Justice.
But why would they clear Uber's? Like that doesn't seems weird. But the U.S. Justice Department has cleared Uber's $2.65 billion acquisition of food delivery competitor.
Not yet. They're said to clear it.
No,
As in they think.
no. It says the first sentence says the U.S. Justice Department has cleared Uber's. It's the first sentence on the article.
I didn't go into the article. I just went by what the headline said.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Anyways, so basically Uber's buying Postmates. So Postmates is live here. I've used it. It's terrible. No, not as a customer. I did it as a driver.
Mhm.
You don't even know what you're getting. Like you don't know any money. And I looked back at some of my Postmates deliveries last winter, and they were like $3 plus a dollar tip. $4. Like I was just throwing it on.
I need you to buy me 2 king-size candy bars.
Yeah. I mean, it was, but that some of that was even food delivery, like from Wendy's. And I'm like, who even does this Postmates anymore? Why would you even do it for like $4? Somebody tipped $1? I don't know. I don't like their setup. So I'm curious to see what Uber does if they like just keep Postmates around. Now I know Postmates in like California is huge.
Right.
And my guess is the prices are a little up, but around here, I don't know.
I can't imagine they're going to keep. Does Postmates do like?
They do everything.
They do everything.
You can get anything delivered.
I still like, and I said this last show too, but it's mind-boggling to me that Uber hasn't already gotten into like delivering other random stuff besides food. They already have. That's one.
You actually have, neither of us hit the mic. Jesper's usually the problem. He's adjusting his shit up and down.
Good job. Oh. It's not here.
Tim.
Oh.
You're right. They already have the infrastructure. If they
Right.
could set something up and be like, oh, hey, bro, someone just bought a microwave from Best Buy. Can you go swing by and pick it up and deliver? Like,
Right.
And Lyft was supposed to do something like that. I don't know, but
I don't think they'll keep. I can't imagine why they would keep both companies.
well, they're not going to get rid of Uber Eats, so
Right.
I hope they shut Postmates down because the way they do it, I don't know anyone that would want to use Postmates as a driver. If you don't even know how much you're going to
I never
make.
signed up for Postmates, so
It's not worth it. I still getting requests because the other day it was a little slow and I got one, but then I got a Grubhub right away, so I never took it. But yeah, it pops up and you just go and you do not know how much you make until after the trip is done. I don't like that. Like every other app, they tell you how much you're gonna make. You know, unless the guy like Uber's like you're gonna make $10, including tip. Now when you post when you're done, when you deliver it, it doesn't have the tip on there. 1 hour later, it shows up.
yeah.
So they have an opportunity to go in there and take it up. Honestly, no one's ever done it for me. It's always showed up.
See, that happened a lot with me when I was doing Well, not a lot. It happened to me a few times with Instacart.
Yeah, you mean the tip baiting?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Larry said, Larry, that blueberry pie got peed off track. I know. He started thinking about it.
Was so good.
Was it good?
It was so good.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, Larry says, I don't do Postmates anymore. I mean, when every other app is showing what you're going to earn, why would you do one that you're just like, well, I'm just going to roll the dice. I might make $20. I might make $4.
Also, if you're making $3,
I'm not kidding you. I'll show you.
that's terrible.
I'll show you at the end of the show. The base was $3 and I got $1 tip.
Unless you're delivering across the street. Like,
no, it was bad. Well, I see people on Reddit bitching about Uber's $2.50 base for deliveries, but I've been pleasantly surprised at Uber's. Even their order ahead ones are pretty profitable because they pay you more for that. If you order ahead and then you pay for it with their card. I just order it. I pull over the side of the road and I order the food right there when I get it, and then I continue on my way. So that way you're not waiting there. But
yeah.
He says, I think it'll take a year or so to spin off the Postmates brand. Uber said the batching technology Postmates has the one thing it does better. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, when a company like that buys another company that does the same thing,
yeah,
it's for like
the
one
specific thing. Yep. Yeah. Although Postmates, I did make good money. They had an exclusive deal with Apple. And so I was delivering thousands of dollars worth of Apple products around Christmas. I wonder if they'll do it this year too. And you would make, it was like a minimum of like 10 or $12, but then they would double up on them and you would get the same amount for them. And they didn't like put them together like they do with Grubhub or shit.
Yeah.
That's right. I totally forgot about that. It was actually kind of weird because there was a big process because I mean, I deliver an iPad, an Apple Watch, and an iPhone in one delivery. I mean, you're talking, or a Mac. I've had MacBooks in there. I'm like, man,
that's
crazy.
Some money.
Yeah, Mark got his watch delivered by Postmates. So I think in the Christmas season it's booming, but I mean right now it's probably not. But the day after Christmas, or not day after Christmas, day after Thanksgiving, I'll probably turn it back on again. That wasn't bad. Although I've been trying to stay over on the west side, like west of 131. So the only Apple store is at Woodland. So you kind of got to be out that side of town. So, all right, let's get into, I almost forgot. We have a new sponsor. I love that site we use. I was like, this seems good for taxes. All right, Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting. They are local to Grand Rapids. You can call Dave at 616-940-1045. So we're talking about taxes. Like, he signed up for 3 months, so we'll be doing some in January too. But now is the time to talk about taxes because you all know on January 1st, you'll be like, how do I do this with the 1099? I want my money back. And he's going to help you through all that.
Because I'm sure most of you aren't doing quarterly.
No.
I wasn't.
I've never done quarterly. Right. So get with him, 940-1045. It doesn't matter if you're in Georgia or whatever. He can do your taxes. I don't know about the state one. I don't know how that works. If you have to be licensed for the state, I don't know how that works. I feel like you can do taxes anywhere. I better clarify that with him before. But anyways, Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting, 940-1045. We super appreciate Dave for believing in us. And you need to get the tax done by a professional. Don't fricking use TurboTax. Don't go to H&R Block, Pete. Didn't you get audited or something? Did you get that straightened out?
Not yet.
Well, you better call this guy. Well, no, you probably should call H&R Block because apparently Pete owes some money to the city.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, don't go to H&R Block either. Honestly, most of them are not tax accountants. They are just people that are trained off the street to do your taxes. So just FYI. 940-1045. Thanks, Dave. All right. Now we'll go to, tip time.
Tip time.
Tip time. I actually don't have a picture. Here's your picture. What do you see there?
Not a damn thing.
And that's what I want to talk about. I have seen so much when I go into restaurants, these DoorDash drivers, it's mostly DoorDash and Uber Eats, not so much Grubhub. No bags. Nobody has bags. What are you doing? Like, I would be so pissed. Like, it's already going to be lukewarm when it's coming to you. Like, have you ever gotten an Uber Eats delivery where it's been piping? Or whatever app you use? I mean, depending how far away the restaurant is.
I don't think so.
The only place that I know that the food is piping hot when I go pick it up somewhere, sometimes it struggles, was Wing Doozy.
I've gotten Little Caesars delivered a couple times through DoorDash.
Have you?
But that being said, I live like a mile away, not even probably like a half a mile from that one right there on Fuller and Knapp.
Oh yeah. But the wing doozy, I don't know. They drop the wings in there, and then there's like tinfoil in there, so I don't know if it radiates the heat. But you open that sucker up, and it's like a furnace. But yeah, please put a bag in. Like I'll let you know if you're listening to the show and you deliver to me and you have no bag, I will be reporting you. I mean, what
about McDonald's drivers?
What about them?
Because they put the pop in the bag too.
They do. I mean, that we can't control because that bag is sealed. So I put it in my hot bag. I mean, that's where it goes. All my food goes in hot bags every single time. Unless it's even an ice cream delivery, I would put it if it didn't have anything hot next to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see very many hot bags anymore. I think all these people jumped on with the pandemic and they're just like, it's fine. I don't know. To me, I'd be fussy. Maybe I'm old man fussy, but.
No, I agree.
Yeah, well, you're an old man too.
That's true.
Shut up, Mark. Don't be a spoiler. What the hell? We're not done with the show yet.
What did he say?
He said, what is this popping up? What happened about that Amazon driver and that? I don't want to say it all. All right. I'm up first. Facebook shenanigans. All right. This is from our boy Jesper, the Danish mumble mouth. It's from Wisconsin somewhere. It says, folks, this has really nothing to do with rideshare, but I thought it was good. It's a picture of looks like a Toyota Corolla.
That's what it looks like.
And it has a snowmobile on the top. It says, folks, don't try this at home. Our state patrol friends stopped this vehicle Sunday on US 63 in Polk County because this isn't a safe way to transport a snowmobile. If you're transporting equipment this winter, you're advised to safely haul it secured on a trailer or in a truck. Man,
what's odd to me, first of all, that it's on top of a Toyota Corolla.
It's hilarious for one.
But second of all, it's loaded wide instead of long.
It's opposite. It's loaded the opposite direction the car is traveling.
Thank you. I didn't know what kind of words
so
to
it's
use.
not aerodynamic. So why wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know why he did it that way. Oh, probably because he wanted to go through his windows. But you still should be able to strap it through the windows. Oh, what an idiot.
Yeah.
Larry says use a thermal bag. Yeah, Larry, he knows. He's a professional. But yeah, don't transport snowmobiles on Toyota Corollas. The funny part, he snapped the picture and there's a big ass truck right next to the car in the road. You're like, bro, stop. I bet you that's the craziest thing he said. I don't know. He's a state trooper. He's probably
seen a lot of things.
Some crazy shit. All right, Pete. Here we go.
We're skipping.
Oh, shit. No, it's just out of order. There you go, Mark.
So this is actually Michigan. I didn't realize this.
Yeah, it's in Detroit area.
There's an Amazon driver took a wrong turn onto a Michigan golf course and drove into a tunnel.
Yeah, first of all, there's several things wrong with this. One, the road he's on is wide enough for one car. Like it's wide enough for his Amazon van. How did he get on there? I mean, did you ever watch The Office? Are you an Office fan or not?
No.
Okay. There's a scene
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, there's a scene where Michael and Dwight like follow the GPS and drive into a lake, and Dwight's like, "No, stop!" And he's like, "No, this is where the GPS says to go." This is kind of
almost done that here. Yeah.
In water.
When I first started doing Uber and Lyft, I was always using the internal Uber GPS because it was back when I started. It was so much easier than trying to tab back and forth between apps. And there's an area over by East Beltline and Bradford, right there by the college.
Yes.
It's got a lake back there.
Yes.
And one of the roads dead ends into the lake.
No kidding.
But on Uber's app, the road goes all the way through. And I was driving it was like 11 o'clock at night, so it's pitch black out. And if there wouldn't have been a barrier across the road, that I almost hit because I had no idea. I'd never been over in that area. I was like 15 feet from water.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I've been using the internal app in Uber a little bit more lately. It's just nicer it's been pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I've also been pleasantly surprised. Amazon Flex, their app when it first started was terrible. It's really accurate now.
Yeah.
It's been nice to have it inside the app. It's just easier.
I go back and forth. It kind of depends on, like I say, I go back and forth.
Yeah.
I haven't been driving in months, but I went back and forth a lot because it kind of depends on what time of day you drive, because Waze is just so helpful with like the traffic jams and roads that are under construction,
Yeah.
especially like downtown when a random ass road is closed
Yeah.
one day and then open the next.
Yeah,
and-
Waze is great for that. Uber's not going to get you on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's old data that they're doing. And this is for our guest that was in earlier.
You got this one, buddy, right? Oh,
Can you go?
can't hear you. Speak up.
So this is kind of just funny. It says, past California ballot measure allows Uber, Lyft to categorize workers as car parts. The funny part is like, I would say I'm internet savvy, and I saw that logo, and I know that's the Onion.
Yeah.
And it's BS, but I guarantee some people fell for that, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently we're working as car parts now. So, well, guys, we appreciate you. We appreciate Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid for supporting the studio and supporting us. We really appreciate everyone. I made a new slide for Patreon. I'm going to show it. New song, too. Let's wait till it kicks in. That's a good riff.
That's a good one.
Anyways, well, I see my little sign blocked. I forgot about that on StreamYard. It has the little gig economy. So go to patreon.com, search the Gig Economy Podcast, extra podcasts a month, and we're going to be making some exclusive merch just for Patreon members. So, yeah, not just a hat. You might be getting something exclusive you can only get on Patreon. So,
nice.
Patreon.com, search the Gig Economy Podcast, $5 or $10 a month. We'd really appreciate the support. God, I like this song, man. Some of these songs, I'm like, I wish there was like words to it. It's a good riff. So, well, guys, thank you guys so much. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for commenting. Keith, thank you for being a Patreon member. Janet, you too. I don't know who else is on. Who else? We had CPA Hustles. I don't know. He said, hello, fam. I'm sure he's just looking for some. We had Chris Post. I don't know how do you say his last name. Chris Posthumous.
That sounds right.
He signed up for. Oh, that's one thing I need to say. We are going to start doing rotating hosts. Jesper, like I said, I don't remember the last time Jesper's been gone. Jesper and I will be on. If you want to be on and you're not from here, we would love to have you on. Maybe not be for the whole show, but we'll give you some articles and things that you're passionate about in the gig life that you're doing and to talk about. So Janet, that's open to you in New Zealand.
Well, that'd be fun.
That would be really fun. It's like 2:00 there, I think, when we go live at 9. I'm trying to see anyone else in here. Maybe. But anyways, if you want to be a guest on the show, we'd love it. Next week, Posthumous is going to be on. We are open 2 weeks. Sorry, I keep saying next week. 2 weeks. Chris is going to be on. December 9th is going to be our last show for the year. We're taking the rest of the year off. I think the next podcast falls on like December 23, so we're not going to do that. So we'll be back in January, but just give you guys a heads up. Probably won't be posting any content. I don't have time to do a best of. It's a lot of work. If we took good show notes like during the show, it might be easier, but gosh, I don't remember. So 2 more shows left for 2020. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. Have a good night.
Bye.